my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So today we're going to talk about Ace of Diamond Act 2 episode 13. So with this week's episode, we basically started off where we last left off, and that was with Okumura catching Sawamura's pitches, and I was so excited to see what Okumura thought of Sawamura's pitches. Like, as I said before in my previous videos, it's different seeing it from the outside versus, you know, seeing it firsthand yourself. I've seen that numerous of times with people that catch for Sawamura and Furia, and Okumura finally got a taste of what Miyuki was saying earlier, how in the last episode he was like, well, you won't know what kind of person Sawamura really is until you catch for him, and I think Okumura finally gets that. And I don't know what to make of his expressions. It seems like he was pretty shocked and also kind of impressed, but also not really knowing what to think of Sawamura's pitches. But at first glance, it looked like he enjoyed catching for him, even though, you know, Okumura is very laid back and he doesn't really say too much and he doesn't really have too much of an expression. So I really don't know how to read them. It's really hard for anyone to read them, I guess, except for like his one best friend there. But besides him, I don't know what he thought about Sawamura. The only clues that we really get were from Okumura's friend, but even then I still feel like I don't know what Okumura feels now towards Sawamura. I mean, he did growl about Sawamura anytime someone mentioned his name where he saw him, which is kind of funny. Like, his growls were like getting louder and more intense. I was just like, oh my gosh, like he's honestly living up to the name that Sawamura gave him, which was Wolf Boy or Wolf Brat, something like that. And I just thought that was kind of funny, especially, you know, adding the growl. It's just like, oh my god. But anyway, yeah, I really don't know what else to say other than he was definitely impressed, and everyone that was there was able to see Sawamura's pitches, and Miyuki was able to tell the first years, like, oh, the reason that we number the pitches is because of like this and like that. Like, basically he was just like letting everybody in on what's been going on with Sawamura and stuff like that. And it's been really interesting, and it looks like the first years are very, very impressed with Sawamura, and I don't know, that's really all I can say. And then we move on to Miyuki. We have like a little bit of a monologue with him, and he's just kind of saying how, you know, Furia isn't the only one that had his own struggles at Koshin. He's not the only one that experienced it as well. Sawamura also experienced it, and he, you know, came out differently than Furia did as well. But these two characters, Furia and Sawamura, whatever they're looking towards or looking forward to, they're obviously like different goals and different outcomes and things that will affect both of them differently. So it was just really interesting to hear Miyuki talk about this and saying, you know, hey, like these two have like different goals at the end of the day. They're both looking forward, but they're both looking in different directions. So we'll see what that leads these two characters. I'm really excited for what's to come, for sure. Because it looks like Furia seems kind of down, even though like he seems very, 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 very motivated. I don't know, just like I said earlier in my past few videos that I've been talking about with Furia, it's just, something's coming with Furia. I don't know what it is, but it's coming, which kind of makes me a little bit nervous. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of episodes or future episodes, because I don't know, again, really too much of what's gonna happen. Anyway, but with Sawamura, he seems like very motivated as well, but also, I don't know, he just seems like a little bit more happier and more like he turned a sour experience into something that kind of drives him more. I don't know, like when you really think about it that way, it almost sounds very similar to Furia, but like the way that, like, it's kind of like how Miyuki said, you know, like it's very, very different perspectives, and like the way that they're handling it is very, very differently. So it's overall really interesting how things are playing out. I don't know what else to say, like that's the best way that I can describe that. But anyway, I think I rambled on enough about that, so let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the episode, which the rest of the episode is basically the start of the Ichidai third game. So we finally got the long awaited match between Seto and Ichidai. It's been like 2 seasons long since they've been wanting to do this game, and it's finally happening, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how, I think his name is Amaisha. I hope I said it right. I always have trouble like pronouncing his name, but yeah, anyway. And he looks like he's doing pretty good for himself. I also liked hearing the coach's overall thoughts on this character specifically. I really like how he said, you know, there's only so much that you can experience by winning, so I'm assuming he wants this character, Amisha, I can never say his name right, god damn it. But regardless, he just wants him to learn something out of this match against Seto, which is going to be really interesting. I don't know, like it's going to be a really interesting match. So we'll see how our Seto team makes it out of this match. Which I really don't have too much to say about the game itself, because once we got into it, we were barely, like literally getting into it. Haruchi, I believe, was like the next one to bat, so I should tell you. Like as soon as Haruchi was about to bat, and I was getting really excited and like really invested in this game, and they cut to like the preview. I was like, no! Like I was really excited for this match, and I am really excited to see how like the next few episodes are gonna play out with this match. But yeah, overall it looks like Miyuki has a game plan, especially for like this first inning. He says, you know, the pitcher for Ichidai struggles a little bit in the beginning, so he's like, we gotta take that opportunity and take a load off Furia. So I was like, oh, interesting. I really enjoy this part of Miyuki where he's just kind of constantly thinking about how to win the matches, and he's always trying to think like of the best outcome to do things. Even in like the worst of the worst situations, he's always constantly thinking like, okay, how do we do this? How do we make it out of this? And blah blah blah. Like that's one of the things I always enjoy about Miyuki, and hearing like his thought process and everything for it. It's always really awesome, and it's why he is such a good catcher. I guess that's all I really can say. There really wasn't too much for this episode besides, you know, with Okumura and Sawamura. But with what I've been seeing between these two characters, it looks like it's the start of something new. I don't know what though, because like I said, I don't know how exactly Okumura feels, which I'm assuming we're gonna find out in the next couple of episodes. So yeah, but it's safe to say that his opinion with Sawamura definitely probably changed a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I can say for this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble on once again for this week's episode of Ace of Diamond, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!